Every day, the amazing and talented staff at Inner City Law Center work with our partners, our pro bono partners, our nonprofit partners, our government partners, to provide incredible services to clients. Clients who are persevering through very dire straits, often who are living on the streets or living in very precarious housing and struggling to maintain that housing or to find a pathway back into housing.
I am a veteran of the Air Force and the Army, and I was homeless for a while. I was legally blind. I couldn't walk. The military turned their back on me because for a long time they said I didn't exist. A lot of people in my unit, they committed suicide and stuff like that, and they couldn't take the process. If Inner City Law hadn't been there, then honestly, you guys would be reading about me on the news.
It was not only one problem, it was several problems at the same time. Harassment, eviction, my green card. I lost my son, his name was Alex. And within 10 months, I lost my partner too. So there was like a lot of pain. I was going through a lot of depression. I went to the hospital myself. I was sick, I couldn't work. I was late with my rent. My green card was expired, so that was stopping me from getting benefits. Really wanted a lot not to be homeless because we were about to end up on the streets like a lot of people.
I was diagnosed with colorectal cancer, skin cancer, and then plasmablastic lymphoma. I had exhausted my savings, my retirement, ended up losing my home, and fell into homelessness. I was in the hospital receiving chemotherapy, and I remember the nurses coming in and saying that there was an issue with my insurance and asking me if my insurance had changed, and that was when I realized that my Medicare benefits had ended. Not only were my benefits terminated, they were asking for like over $100,000 in back payments. I felt like the Social Security system, the government let me down. I had paid into this system for over 30 years, thinking that it would be there for me if I needed it, if I became disabled, that it would be there, and it just wasn't.
All of our efforts, all of our education, all of our heart goes into these clients.
Knowing that you can live in a place, and if you face eviction, you have the right to an attorney, that's huge.
You have to be able to empathize, and you have to be able to kind of put yourself in the client's shoes and kind of see things through their lens.
I was kind of spiraling because I had reached out to so many other lawyers and trying to get assistance and help with my case, and no one seemed to really have a grasp or understand it or want to deal with something so complex.
My situation was really complicated. I really didn't know what to do, where to start. I called a lot of places, but finally I was referred to Inner City Law Center. I called Helen the first time. Helen was a person willing to listen to me.
He showed me compassion. He showed me, understanding.
It was a long process. It took about over a year and a half, but I finally was able to get my Social Security benefits restored.
I was able to stay in my apartment. Also, they helped me to get my green card. I really, really appreciate their help. I really feel that I owe them a lot.
All the teams at Inner City Law Center are committed to, building a more just Los Angeles.
We made someone whole, and we affirmed their value because they have inherent dignity and worth.
I think Inner City Law Center is making a huge impact on not just the issue of homelessness, but the multitude of issues that marginalized folks face.
I think there's sometimes a lot of red tape for certain organizations. They don't have the funding that will let them help people who are undocumented or things like that.
It is absolutely not possible to do this work if we are not funded.
If Inner City Law Center hadn't been there, I really don't know what would have happened.
The support that I was given, you can't put a price tag on that.
Because there's a lot of people like me going through a lot of different situations that if we didn't have organizations like this one, we'd probably be really in bad situations, like homeless. In this organization helping me, that make me feel strong, and that I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna survive. I'm gonna be okay. I have hope that everything is gonna be better.